Hello everybody, thank you so much for joining me on today's video talking about the new C8 Corvette. I'm so happy to have you. To all of my subscribers out there, thank you so much. If you're new to the channel, I hope you enjoyed today's video and want to subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification and like at the end of this video if you did enjoy it. And remember, you're watching Full Throttle Drive. So let's go ahead and jump into today's topic, and of course that is over the new 2020 C8 mid-engine Corvette, and it has so much interest and buzz around it, which is truly expected because they are making a huge change layout. For the people that are new to the changes being done to the new Corvette lineup, it is that it is going from a front engine to a rear mid-engine layout, which brings a ton of interest, but also a ton of criticism, and it's to be expected because it has been such an iconic American sports car with its layout never changing until now. So that is expected, and I've tried to express this concern that a lot of people have in a lot of my videos, but I wanted to say that, and I kind of wanted to clarify in this video why a lot of that criticism might be taking place, especially from the look of spy shots. Now, spy shots can be very deceiving, even though they are giving us a great idea of the overall, the general layout. They do a very good job of hiding the nooks, the crannies, the small little details that truly make up the final product of a vehicle. And honestly, car manufacturers are very good at what they do. They're very good at masking and camouflaging the final design layout. CBS Morning News did an awesome article talking about the 2019 Chevy Camaro and just how much could be changed with the outer camouflage. Even the lightest camouflage, which we're seeing to be debuted on the current C8 spy shots, it really is incredible what they're able to accomplish. So I wanted to bring that up because it is a huge point that we all need to take into consideration, that the spy shots don't always give us the best idea. It can again give us that general idea, but the final product will most likely still look different. And past spy shots have told us that. But the guys that are making the renders are doing a great job of trying to extract every little detail they can find and bring it to the forefront and give us the best renders possible. The two guys that I follow the most that you guys see a lot of their renders is FVS and Chazcron, and they do an amazing job, and they spend a lot of time doing this, so I definitely want to give them the credit that they deserve. One thing that I noted on the forums, and I kind of wanted to share with you guys, was a comment made by Chazcron explaining why these spy shots could be so different than what the final product could look like as far as what we're seeing on the image itself. And this is him quoted as saying this: "Most of the best detail shots are done with a standard lens. These shots tend to wrap the front and the back end around, giving a stubbier look. This photo is a good example of this. I look for shots done with a telephoto lens that flatten out the front and the rear. Even then, there is some wrapping depending on how it is centered in the shot. I learned from modeling the Camaro that even though I can rotoscope match my model with the camo shot, invariably the front end is longer than I guessed. This time around, I am preemptively lengthening the front end. Being an all-new cab forward and engine beast, the hood will look shorter anyways, especially with 60 years of front engine long hood look we are used to seeing in the Corvette. Without an orthographic side and top view like a blueprint, my model will certainly be off, and in the car design, a hit or miss is defined by inches." So he's admitting that there are very, very detailed precision pieces on the model that he will miss because it is camouflage, because they are changing little certain bits of the car. They even can add things under the Camaro to make look like pieces are there that are not. They just do a very good job of this. So I wanted to actually share this with you guys. So as you're seeing these renders, as you're seeing the spy shots, you take that into consideration, that until we really see the final product, what we're seeing here is just a general overlay, but guys like FVS and Chazcron are getting us closer and closer to what we will finally see. And just to tell you how close these guys can get, Chazcron did a rendering of the 2006 Camaro while it was still camoed, and now you're seeing an overlay of that camo versus his render versus the actual car that came out. And guys, he was so close. He got things very, very close to the final debut look of the car. And so these renders still are going to give you a great idea. It's just sometimes the smallest proportions that we're getting off will change the final look. But nevertheless, let's go ahead and jump into these renders. So as you're seeing these renders, one of the things you may notice is a lot of the renders are changing the side scoop, the side air intake of the car. And this is a very pivotal point of the side of the car because it attracts your eyes. You really see the side scoop. And so as it changes position and shape, it shortens the car and overall look. And so it can really change and modify the final look of the vehicle. But what we're starting to see is we believe that the spy shots are altering the look and size of this side scoop. But over time, we've gotten a better idea of how the overall look of this side scoop will be. And from reading on the forums, it's really interesting, but we think this side scoop is actually going to come across the back panel and up over the door brake and onto the actual door. And that little bit of overlay on the doors where your door handle is actually going to be up underneath, probably an electronic button of sorts to open the door. And it's a very interesting concept that they're doing. And as with everything with this project, it's a completely new way to look at it. So the final photo we're going to look at is actually Chazcron's latest full render, and I think it's giving us a better idea of the actual proportions of the car. Again, nothing's going to be perfect, but I like this render the best so far. I think that the overall design mock-up of it is the best. I really like the front hood more than I did. Again, my biggest concern is with the boxy back, and I don't know what they're going to do. We've only seen a little bit of the back so far, and so that's going to be the hardest part to render. And for me, that's kind of going to be one of the biggest factors of whether the car is successful or not. But from this side view, I really like the back quarter panel. I like the sweeping design. The scoop, again, as you look at this, has an offset of a carbon fiber little overlay. A lot of people feel like it's going to be less of an overlay and more of an internal kind of carbon look, where you'll see carbon inside, and you're seeing some pictures of that now, kind of like some of the previous Grand Sport, and a little bit of carbon inlays instead of an actual break in the color for a carbon panel, much like the Audi R8. I think either way will be really cool, but of course the designers will do what they feel is best, and then maybe down the road both will be offered. There's going to be, again, probably 3 variations of this car. So the base model, though, already looks very cool. I like the sweeping lines, especially going to the back portion of the vehicle. And I'm really liking this front hood. I really like the overall look of it. But I'm curious what you guys think. Are you guys liking the renders? Do you feel like they're improving? For some of you guys out there that don't like the new C8 look, which is completely understandable, you are allowed to have that opinion. If you don't like the C8 Corvette, you can express that in my comments. Now, I ask for you guys to be civil. I ask for you guys to be, nice about it, but you are inclined to share your opinion and what you think. So do you like these better? Do you feel like it still does not look up to par with what you feel the new C8 Corvette should look like? Very, very interested to, converse with you guys, hear back from you. I appreciate all of the support, as always, but at the end of the day, let's keep it fun. As I said earlier, if you guys enjoyed this video, please remember to hit that like button. I would appreciate the support so much. Remember also to hit that little bell notification so you can know when my latest videos are up on YouTube. I love sharing them with you guys, and again, I love all the support. You guys are the best. Have a great day. I will see you next video. As always, take care.